Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Warcraft 3. We're picking up after Arthas has stranded his army in a frozen wasteland to chase down his revenge.
You lied to your men and betrayed the mercenaries who fought for you. What's happening to you, Arthas? Is vengeance all that's important to you?
Spare me, Muradin. You weren't there to see what Mal'Ganis did to my homeland.
The Dark Lord said you would come. This is where your journey ends, boy. Trapped and freezing at the roof of the world, with only death to sing the tale of your doom.
This looks bad. We're completely surrounded.
There's still one chance. Help me claim Frostmourne. If it's as powerful as you said, it might tilt the scales in our favor.
I have a bad feeling about this, lad. But I promised I'd see this through.
Captain, I'll leave you to organize our defense. Let's move out. I'm here to help.
What's so cool about this mission is that we start split off from our base back here, and we have a small contingent of knights, a couple of riflemen, and Arthas and Muradin, obviously. And these two halves of the map represent entirely different missions, different objectives. So the base on the right with the captain in charge represents a defense mission, so there are lots of entrances into the base that you have to defend. Might have to move some troops around to help hold different positions if things are getting spread too thin.
Let's get it on.
Whereas over here on the left with Arthas and Muradin, we're creeping our way forward towards the chamber with Frostmourne in it, and then back at home, the gold is pretty tight. We start off in low upkeep, so
Kick down, Spark.
we're getting taxed on our gold mine trips. And we really kind of rely on the creep gold that we're getting up here.
Your Honor, our town is under siege.
And here we go. So this is another one of those awesome situations where we have to fight on multiple fronts. We have a front to fight on over here. We have another front in this very base because we're getting attacked from multiple sides at once. And then we also have Arthas and Muradin up there doing their thing. So it's just a lot of management. And some of these positions in the base are less heavily fortified than others. There are a lot more units in some of them by comparison.
I'm here to help.
So we're fighting on like 2 to 3 fronts at a time, and then we're also macroing up behind that. And that is so fucking fun to do.
Of course.
And then there's also this additional element, which is we're on a soft timer, I would say, with Arthas's group. Because if we don't move fast enough with the A team, the B team has to endure tougher and tougher waves of the undead. So we're going to keep these dudes pressing the attack as much as possible. And then back at home, we're going to continue to just reinforce, keep producing.
What do you need?
Want these guys definitely way in the back line. Don't want them taking any hits at all. And we have to be mindful of both of those fronts. Now, that being said, we don't have too much more of this map. It kind of winds around to the east.
Is there danger?
Right up here, we have to pass through this graveyard where a bunch of skeletal archers and a couple of wraiths will spawn. Yeah, this seems like a fine time to pop the avatar for Muradin. Did I lose a knight somewhere? Resurrect didn't work, so when did I lose that knight?
The light is my strength.
How did I lose that without noticing? Oh well.
Death and darkness are all that await you in this forsaken vault.
I doubt there's anything down here more terrifying than what we've faced already.
Believe what you will, boy. You shall not pass.
I stand for the light.
So while that dialogue is going, it gives us a nice amount of time to actually position up. We don't want to lose another night. That would have been the Wendigo fight and not the Graveyard fight. We're going to actually spread these dudes out a little bit because I just noticed a Frost Nova hit them all.
Turn away before it's too late.
Still trying to protect the sword, are you?
No. Trying to protect you from it.
Behold, Muradin, our salvation. Frostmourne.
Halt, lad. There's an inscription on the dais. It's a... It says, "Whomsoever takes up this blade shall wield power eternal. Just as the blade rends flesh, so must power scar the spirit." Oh, I should have known. The blade is cursed. Let's get the hell out of here.
I would gladly bear any curse to save my homeland.
Leave it be, Arthas. Forget this business and lead your men home.
Damn the men! Nothing shall prevent me from having my revenge, old friend. Not even you. Now, I call out to the spirits of this place. I will give anything or pay any price if only you will help me save my people.
Prince Arthas, where is Muradin? We can't hold out for much longer.
Muradin is dead. But take heart, Captain. The enemy will not stand long against the might of Frostmourne. Justice shall be done.
Tragically, Muradin and the rest of our forces who went to reclaim Frostmourne died tragically, but we recovered Frostmourne, and they're even nice enough to drop all of the trash that we dumped on Muradin back at the base near the castle, in case we want to roll out, around in it to trick the undead into thinking we're one of them with our garbage stink.
I'm here to help, as you wish.
So at this point, we can take all of the units that we started out with to defend the base and join them up with Arthas and link them up into a couple of unit groups and go on the offensive. And for what it's worth, this mission isn't too difficult. And we can just press the attack and steamroll through now. We could have actually attacked the undead base before Arthas claimed Frostmourne, but it's pointless to do so because Mal'Ganis, who is our main target, will resurrect over and over and over again until we get our hands on Frostmourne. So it's better to hold out, get Arthas' group up to that vault, and then go on the offense. And plus, this gives us a chance to build up some additional forces. We would be much thinner on the troop front if we had just gone in before we linked everyone up. And now we also get introduced, well, I suppose we were introduced at the start of the mission to a new, the final new unit type for the humans, which is the Griffin Riders. They're really strong air-to-ground units. They do splash damage to ground units around them. So if you have a lot of really tightly clumped up stuff on the ground, ooh, they will just shred through. Then they also, at the Griffin Aviary where you produce them, this high-end Tier 3 structure, They have a Stormhammer upgrade, which gives them their hammers a bounce type effect, and they also benefit from the War Riding upgrade at the barracks, the Horseshoe one for the Knights. That will also increase the Griffin Rider's HP. And then the other thing, wow, we're still doing real tight on gold. I'm just trying to produce a little bit back at home whenever I see I have some spare gold, just in case there's any more attacks from the southern front of the Undead base. I think most of their units are going to be preoccupied trying to defend the base up here.
What is your wish?
But just in case. I mean, we have 2 unit groups with us going into the base, so I'm not overly worried, but hey, if we're floating gold, we may as well produce back home. And then even if we get thinned out up here, we have plenty of reinforcements. We have another unit group ready to go to come aid us up here. Just like that, we have Mal'Ganis here in the flesh. Only level 9. We are maxed out with Arthas. Plus, we have so much here. And that's technically our revenge complete. They can still respawn him from the altar, but we just have to clear the base out, and that will be the mission.
For Lordaeron.
Justice shall be done.
So, rumor has it
What is your wish?
that Blizzard is set to make a Warcraft 3 related announcement at the end of the month, so after this mission, the LP might take a brief hiatus as we transition into the Undead campaign.
How may I serve?
When it returns is going to depend on 2 things. Whether they announce a remaster at all, like the StarCraft one from last year, and if that's the case, when that comes out. Because if it comes out in May or later, I'm not going to go on a multi-month hiatus from the Warcraft 3 LP. If it's March, or maybe even at latest mid-April, that might be worth waiting, and then we'll resume the Undead campaign in the remaster, or the remake, or whatever they're possibly potentially doing. Now, it could also not be a remaster or a remake or anything like that, at which point there would be no hiatus at all aside from waiting to the end of the month to see if they actually do anything.
I am ready. For Lordaeron.
Because I think this could also tie into the new RTS-esque mode that I think is coming to the new WoW expansion. I don't know, maybe they'll let us play Warcraft 3 inside of WoW. Just like how I always wanted to be able to play Hearthstone inside of WoW.
I'm here to help. Of course.
Oh, we still have one more final hurdle. And it's this fucking amazing looking unit, the Frostmourne. God damn it. The Undead appeal to like that aesthetic that I just love, that 90s edgy aesthetic. This giant bone dragon. So cool. We are going to continue to cripple their production. Oh, they can still produce a couple of necromancers. We'll start these nights. It's got one more out there. They got one more out. Holy light him. I think once we destroy the final production facility, that is what will trigger the end of the mission. Y'all, come down here, get this, then we can clean this up, and we'll have something amazing to sit back and enjoy. Another one of those beautiful early aughts era Blizzard cinematics I fucking adore wholeheartedly.
So, you've taken up Frostmourne at the expense of your comrades' lives. Just as the Dark Lord said you would. You're stronger than I thought.
You waste your breath, Mal'Ganis. I heed only the voice of Frostmourne now.
You hear the voice of the Dark Lord. He whispers to you through the blade you wield. What does he say, young human? What does the Dark Lord of the Dead tell you now?
He tells me that the time for my vengeance has come.
What? He can't possibly mean to...
It is finished.
Ah, my son. You no longer need to sacrifice for your people. You no longer need to bear the weight of your crown. I've taken care of everything. Succeeding you, Father.
This kingdom shall fall, and from the ashes shall arise a new order that will shake the very foundations of the world.
That scene is so good. It's so quotable and memorable. This game is the goddamn best thing ever. Holy shit, I love Warcraft 3 so much. And that does it for the human campaign. Now you can see why we immediately go into the undead campaign and pick up where we left off. Trudging through the ashes. We'll be doing that next time. Starting off with a race that I mained. Ah, yes! I can't fucking wait. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.